Hey yo, it's your boy the D-double-Z-I-E Nakamakau. I'm back again with another video, and today I'm reporting live from the city ground. This is the Nottingham Forest Stadium out here. Yeah, man. And I want to introduce you to the new series now. This is a new series that I'll be dropping in my channel and my platforms. It's called just about my life experiences as an immigrant here living in the UK from Kenya. And this is the Nottingham Stadium Forest. I just wanted to show you guys before I start this video, because today I'm going to explore some issues about, or not really some issues, but my experiences as someone who left Kenya 3 years ago, and I've been living in UK for like 3 years as an immigrant. Yeah, so I have some experiences that I'll be sharing on my platform. If you've been following so far, I appreciate it. I've been talking more about hip-hop and stuff, but now I'm also introducing this new series, and I know this will reach a wider audience because not everyone follows up on hip-hop, but this one, if you are more interested into this kind of stuff, this one's for you. So today I'm starting my video out here. This is the city ground. This is the Nottingham Stadium Forest. You can see it has like these are the champions of Europe 1979. I'll zoom it for you later. There you can see that, and in the later videos maybe I might go in there and do some vlogs and stuff. If you'd like to see something like that, just drop a comment. But for now, today I'm going to talk about my experiences as an immigrant in UK, and not really my experiences. I'm just going to talk about being here for the past 3 years, what I've been able to miss about Kenya. Yeah, what I'm missing about home. Yeah, so stay tuned. Yes, as I've already told you, this is a new series in my channel where I'll be talking about my experiences. And on the first episode, I'm going to tell you about what I miss about Kenya. You know, yeah, for those meeting me for the first time, my name is ELDIZZIE, and I'm a hip-hop artist who came from Kenya 3 years ago and moved into the UK, and I currently live in Nottingham, and I have some experiences to share. But for today, I'm just going to start with the first episode. I'll talk about my experience moving from Kenya. Yes, so I can say this was a bittersweet moment for me when I moved into UK, because it wasn't something I had planned for. It was something that was spontaneous, and it happened. An opportunity came, and I decided to move. So for the first month, or for the first time when I was moving here, it was a bittersweet experience, because I was feeling the sudden change, and I was feeling like I was leaving my home country to move to a different country. So I was having that survivor's guilt. Like I didn't feel like I needed to move, because I was having like some motion in my music back home, and my life wasn't that bad, but I also needed to move to experience something new. And so far so good. I've been here for 3 years. I don't know if a lot has changed, but I've been able to experience a lot. Yes, man, as I said, it was a bittersweet experience, because the thing about what people don't tell you about moving to a different country is that you have to uproot your life and change. But change is good also, because this is a new environment with more opportunities, maybe better opportunities, but also there's some challenges that come with it, and some nostalgia that I'm currently experiencing, especially after being here for the past 3 years. So I wanted to tell you the background. When I came to this country, my first thoughts were like, I'm leaving the block, man. In Kenya nasema kutoka block. So that was my first thing. But I didn't know that when you move into a new country, it's not automatic that you're making it out of the block, because you may be moving out of the block in Kenya into another block here in UK. The difference is the standard of living. Let's say like here in this country, even if you don't have like as much money, let's say the gap between the life that you live with someone who has like rich people and poor people, the gap is not as big as back home. Like back home, the poverty levels are so low, but here I can say even if you're poor, like especially if you're someone from this country, like the government pretty much takes care of you. So there's no such extreme poverty like back home. But anyway, home is not as bad as you might think also, because I know if you're still in Kenya, maybe you think like this is the worst place, I just want to move out, I just want to also get some greener pastures. But there are good things about Kenya. That's why people like I Show Speed, when they went there, they still want to come back. They say that was the best experience because there are some things that we have back home that these people don't have, and things that you may want to know about. So on this first episode, I'll just talk about those things. Then going forward, we'll be coming up with more topics on some things to talk about. I'll teach you more about this place, of what I've experienced, because I'm also not an expert here. I'm also just learning, still learning. There's a lot to do and a lot to learn. But anyway, I'm going to straight to the reasons why I miss Kenya, or the things that I miss about Kenya. Of course, there are a lot of things, but I'll just be brief this time because I don't want to take all of your time. You still need to talk much more, and if you have any questions or if you want me to cover any topics about my life abroad, you can just put a comment and I'll be talking about it going forward. I'll see you. So the first thing that I miss about Kenya is the chaos and the street life, najua. Like the chaos about the life in Kenya generally. Like things are not so structured. Things are like spontaneous. You can just wake up and make a decision. There's nothing like rushing, or even if you're rushing, there are things you can do. Like things are not so structured. There's not so much rules about it. So life is, you can say life is pretty much carefree. And things like the Kenyan clubs, the club scene, the nightclubs, I miss such things because like when you go to Kenya, like I found out when I was in Kenya, I was full, like I said, especially the club scene. Like when I'm in Kenya and you go to the club, there are a lot of things I can do, like the music, the dance, something like kuromboseana. Things can happen, but in clubs in this country, you find out that the music that these people listen to is very much different. And if you want to go out there, you have to look like, if you want to really enjoy, for someone like me, you look for a place where you can relate to the music. And if you relate to the music, I mean something like Afrobeats, you can go to an Afrobeats club, but you'll find out that they're playing mostly Nigerian songs or South African songs, and Kenyan music is not as big. So there's that thing about Kenyan clubs and about the culture and how you enjoy the music, the spontaneity. Here, you still, if you go to the club, even dancing, you have to be careful because of the rules, the gender roles here, like they are strict. The ladies, how you approach them, stuff like that, man. So that's one thing I miss about Kenya, about my life back home. Second thing I can say is the social energy and like the sense of belonging. Like when I'm in Kenya, there's that sense of belonging. Like I can say whatever I want. I know how to move around. Like there's social energy. Like I don't feel judged, even if there's something like tribalism and stuff is something you're used to. You know what tribe, the stereotypes, all that stuff. But moving abroad, especially in this country, it's diverse. Yes, there are many cultures around. People like African communities, European communities, like the natives here. But you still don't feel that sense of belonging, and you have to be very careful, especially even if you're working. You have to be careful, like the nuances, the things, the small things, that you have to be careful about the jokes you make. And sometimes people make jokes that you don't understand. You get what I mean? So I can also say that's another thing I miss about Kenya, is just the sense of belonging and feeling free to express myself. You can talk about politics, talk about sports, but here you have to be careful because even the politics is against you. Especially politics here is is very hyped about immigration. It's like you're not welcomed into this country. Even though they welcomed you here, they still feel like they don't welcome you. They treat you like you're an illegal immigrant most of the time. So that's one thing I miss about Kenya. And another thing I can say is the weather. Like the weather in Kenya is pretty much stable. Like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, it's like you can predict it. I know sometimes things happen, like I've seen on the news the things about floods, thing about heavy rains, but it's pretty much predictable. Like in Kenya, the sun is always consistent. Like there's no dressing for season. You always have like regular jackets, but here it's like the seasons. You guys know the seasons that you go to school about, like winter, summer, spring, and is it autumn? Yeah. So you have to dress according to the season, and some seasons in the year are very cold, especially like the winter, and some seasons are fair, and like summer is very hot. So it's like the weather is not so consistent, and then especially in UK, it's mostly like a bipolar weather climate. Like the rain is always raining. Like mostly it's raining even during the summer. Even when you have summer, it's raining. It's just some crazy weather, man. So like I can say I also miss something about the weather in Kenya, and also about the food culture. Like, of course, I love Kenyan food, and when I was coming in this country, I remember like my dad was asking someone who was coming to host me, like if they have ugali over here. And in my head, I was like, why are you asking about ugali? I've been eating this thing ever since I was born. I don't want to eat ugali. I think I'm just going to have the burgers, the chips, and stuff like that, because that was in my head. But when I arrived here, I realized that this food, you can have it like a few days and then you get bored of it. And these people also have their own food, and but if you're asking if ugali is there, yes, ugali is there. In fact, I eat ugali very regularly. Yeah, it's available, the food is available, even though it tastes a little different because it's a bit stale. It's not as fresh as back home. And something like street food, like in Kenya, you can go get mutura, get like mahindi choma, get my pasua, smocha, and it's cheap. But here, if you want some street food, or if you're on the road, like right now, I'm walking around and I feel like I need snacks or something to eat, I have to spend a lot of money. Let's say I'll go there and get like a burger. I'll spend like about like £5. If you convert that into Kenyan money, that's like 800 shillings. That's money if I send to someone back home, it can change their day. But that's how much you have to spend just to have some street food. So it's expensive, and it's not as cool as back home, where if I am moving around and I feel hungry, I can just enter into a shop and buy a mandazi or a chapati, go into a hotel, sit down, eat some chapati and beans, spend like 50 Kenyan shillings. That's cheap, manageable, yeah. And food is everywhere, tasty, fresh. Here, in fact, I was thinking like something like chicken. Chicken is everywhere. Like this country, chicken is everywhere. In supermarkets, in the shops, in the fast food joints, everywhere. But you don't see any hens. So got me wondering, where do they keep these hens? Because you can't see any hens around, any chicken or stuff where they're keeping them. You just see chicken everywhere, beef everywhere, but you can't see the farming. So sometimes I believe like this food is artificial, or it has like GMO. So the food is not as healthy as compared to Kenya, where you can get like a kienyeji chicken, where you know it has come from the farm direct. You can get like meat, you see it being slaughtered there. Here you don't see that. You just find meat that's already made, like in the supermarket. It's already cut, it's already packaged, so you don't know where it's coming from. So I also miss that about Kenya, like the fresh food and the healthy options that you have back home. And also, I can say another thing that's the most important in this, like the proximity to family and the sense of belonging to family. Like when I'm home, I know if I am having any trouble or I have any issues going on in my life, I can easily go back to my parents' house and talk to them, or I can easily visit my sisters, brothers, my siblings. I can easily go to my aunt. They are like family gatherings, like things get sorted out as a family if you're experiencing issues in your life. it's easy to deal with it, but being away from home, it's hard. If you are experiencing any issues, there's no one to talk to, and even if you talk to a phone call, people assume that you're already living a good life there. You're working, maybe you're earning, so people don't think that you're really going through issues. So sometimes you have that loneliness and isolation because you can't really express the things you're going through because you're not close to family. And the friendships here can be a bit artificial because people are busy working. They don't really have your time. Everyone has their own problems. That's if you're dealing with fellow Kenyans. But if you're dealing with foreigners, they also can't relate with your life because everyone comes from different cultures and they can't really relate to your struggles or whatever you're going through. So there's some kind of loneliness, but it's not something like major that can make you not to move on with your life, because that's the life you've chosen and that's the life we're living. And I have many more things I miss about Kenya, and I might be visiting back soon. I hope so. Anyway, this was just the first episode of the new series about my life abroad, and this is just an introduction. If you have any topics that you want me to cover or speak about, just let me know in the comment section, and I'll be gladly doing that as well, because this is the thing I'll be doing this content, and I'm trying to diversify and try to get more perspectives about many more things. And I appreciate you if you've watched this far, and keep on subscribing, watching, sharing, and let's keep on connecting and keeping the conversations going. It's your boy, the DRZRE, and you already know what it is. Kamakawa. Boom.